Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so glad you're here. We're going to dive right into something that seems tiny, but it's actually a massive deal. Did you know that mastering just one single letter, literally the letter S, can completely save your grammar marks on an exam? Yeah, it's absolutely true. Today we're unpacking simple present made simple, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to build perfect sentences every single time. So settle in and let's make this grammar super easy. Okay, here's a quick look at our agenda. We've got 6 parts: why use simple present, the 2 subject groups, tricky spelling rules, fix common mistakes, a mini practice quiz to test your skills, and finally, our recap and challenge. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Why use simple present? Because, knowing exactly when to use it is just as crucial as knowing how. So, what exactly is the simple present? Well, it's a verb tense we use to talk about facts, habits, routines, and things that are just generally true. We aren't talking about something happening at this exact passing second, and we're definitely not talking about yesterday or tomorrow. We're talking about things that are true right now in a broad sense, or things that happen on a regular schedule.
Take a look at this first example. The sun rises in the east. Notice how we label this a fact. This is an undeniable scientific fact, right? It was true yesterday, it's true today, and it's going to be true tomorrow. Because it's a general, ongoing truth, we absolutely have to use this simple present tense.
All right, now check out this next sentence. I read every evening. Go ahead and read that to yourself. I read every evening. Notice the label? Habit. This sentence shows a regular habit or a routine. Since it happens regularly, literally every single evening, we rely on the simple present tense. It really is that straightforward. Moving on to Section 2, the 2 subject groups. This is where we learn how your subject changes the verb.
Okay, let's break these subjects down into 2 teams. Check out column 1. That's group 1, which includes I, you, we, and they. And the rule here is just incredibly easy. Use the base verb. You don't change a single thing. But look over at column 2, that's group 2, he, she, and it. When you're dealing with group 2, you absolutely must add an S or an ES to the end of your verb. So group 1 leaves the verb totally alone, while group 2 demands that little extra ending. Let's see this in action. Look at the subject here, they. Now they belongs to group 1, so if we follow the rule, it connects directly to the base verb, play. They play. Boom, no extra letters, no fuss at all. It just connects straight to the base verb. But watch what happens when we swap out the subject. Now we're using she. She belongs to group 2. Follow the logic here. See that highlighted S at the end of the verb? It becomes reads. She reads. Simply because the subject is she, we've got to add that specific ending. Honestly, if you just remember this one rule, you're going to avoid so many common grammar mistakes.
All right, Section 3, tricky spelling rules. Let's look at how we actually spell those extra endings for the he, she, and it group. Sometimes it's not just a simple S. Let's walk through the steps here. Step 1. Spot verbs that end in sounds like watch, wash, go, or do. When a verb ends in a ch sound and sh sound, or an o, we use a special rule. Step 2. You add es. Check out the highlighted examples. Watch becomes watches, like he watches. And go becomes goes, as in she goes. Take a second to really lock in that spelling in your mind. Okay, here's our second tricky rule. Step 1, find a verb ending in a consonant plus the letter Y. Good examples are words like study or try. Step 2, you drop that Y and change it to IES. Notice how study transforms into studies and try becomes tries. So if you're talking about your friend Omar, you'd say Omar studies before the exam. Try to keep that Y to IES rule as a mental anchor. Section 4. Fix common mistakes. Time to play detective and fix some errors. This is the part where we avoid those traps that always seem to cost students points. Let's look at an incorrect sentence first, marked with a red X. She walked to school every day. Now compare it to the correct version with the green check mark. She walks to school every day. Why is the right side correct? Well, think back to our subject groups. She is in group 2, which means it absolutely requires that S on the verb. It has to be she walks. Here's another super common trap. Look at the incorrect sentence. They plays football after school. And the correct one, they play football after school. I want to be really clear about this. Please don't add an S when your subject is I, you, we, or they. They is in group 1, and group 1 verbs are left completely alone. So they play is the correct form.
Let's look at one more example. Incorrect, my brother study hard. Correct, my brother studies hard. Now, you might be thinking, wait, the word brother isn't he, she, or it. Actually, it is. My brother refers to a singular male, so it represents the pronoun he. And since it's a he, we have to apply our spelling rule. The verb study ends in a consonant and a Y, so we change the Y to IES, giving us, my brother studies hard. Section 5, Mini Practice Quiz. It's time to put your new knowledge to the test. Get ready to apply what we just covered. Here's your first question. Read it with me. Sarah, blank, English every day. Is it option A, study, or is it option B, studies? Look closely at the subject, Sarah. I'll give you a couple of seconds to lock in your answer in your head. Okay, got it? The correct answer is studies. Sarah studies English every day. If you got that right, fantastic job. Take a look at the reason here. Sarah is a single female, which means Sarah equals she. Since she is in group 2, we apply that Y to IES rule. Great work. Let's try just one more. The blank at 7:30. Is it option A, arrive, or option B, arrives? Think really carefully about what pronoun the bus represents. All right, lock in your answer. Ready? The answer is B. The bus arrives at 7:30. Did you get it? The reason is pretty simple. The bus is a thing, so it represents the pronoun it. And since it is in group 2, we absolutely have to add the S to the end of our verb. The bus arrives. Finally, section 6, recap and challenge. Let's bring everything together. It all boils down to a few simple rules for saving those grammar marks. Read these 3 golden rules along with me. Rule number 1, we use the simple present to talk about facts, habits, and routines. Rule number 2, if your subject is he, she, or it, the verb gets an S or an ES. And rule number 3, if your subject is I, you, we, or they, you just use the base verb. You leave it completely alone. Take a moment to really digest that. And that brings us to your challenge. Can you write one perfect simple present sentence in the comments below? Just pick a subject, pick a verb, and tell me a fact or a daily routine. But before you go, think about this. We've just mastered how to talk about ongoing habits and facts, but what happens to our verbs when we need to describe something happening right at this exact, fleeting, passing second? Well, that is a completely different grammar puzzle for next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in this explainer. Keep practicing, and I'll catch you in the next one.